Continuing my review of the ongoing crossover Dark Crisis, Young Justice issue 1 starts back at the exact same funeral that we saw in Dark Crisis issue 1 at the Hall of Justice. But instead of focusing on Deathstroke, we're shown Wonder Girl, the Cassandra Sandsmark version. I don't know why I can't say that. Cassandra Sandsmark. Okay, it's the blonde version of Wonder Girl who's from the TV show. It's not Donna Troy. She's narrating about how Diana was a mother to her. Wonder Girl then looks to her only friends left, Tim Drake, Impulse, and Connor Kent, and goes on just being absolutely ruthless to them. Also, I wanted to mention Mary Marvel is seen in the background with a rather interesting expression on her face. Like, it's not, I understand she's mourning, but she doesn't look like she's mourning. She looks like she has like a derpy face. Wonder Girl goes on a rant, calling Bart a screw-up, saying Tim can't save any of his dads, Bruce, Jack, or Alfred, and that Connor is too sensitive. Luckily, she's thinking this in her head and isn't saying it to their faces, but still, like, Jesus. After the funeral, the four of them go inside to meet with Arrowette, Cissie Jones, who was a retired member of the Young Justice team. She also appeared on the show, but hasn't really done much on it yet. She's only really fought Onyx in one episode with Arsenal, and yeah. Wonder Girl wasn't going to be an a-hole to her too. If so, you're wrong. She instead narrates how Arrowette was selfish to turn her back on her friends, even though that the reason why she quit being Arrowette was because she was almost becoming a murderer, and Superboy had to stop her. Anyways, they talk about how the five of them are the only surviving members of Young Justice, but as the boys have banter, Wonder Girl thinks about how she hates them for some reason. I know it's probably meant to be thought in a sarcastic tone, but it doesn't say that. Some people are going to interpret it the wrong way, which I think I kind of am, because, girl, like, they just lost their, like, mentors. So did you, and you're saying how you hate them. Cissie pulls Wonder Girl away, asking if she's okay. She tells her how she wished Impulse, Superboy, and Robin just stayed dead because of how annoying they are. Like I said, what is going on with Wonder Girl in this issue? And why is she so mean? But in a moment, the guys just vanish, with Cissie and Wonder Girl being left confused at the Hall of Justice where they went. Tim Drake is waking up in bed at Wayne Manor, to Alfred telling him that there's a quote-unquote Young Justice alert. Tim Drake is, of course, confused, as Alfred is meant to be dead and Young Justice was disbanded. We then see Connor wake up on the ground of somewhere, getting harassed by Duplex for being stupid. Superboy needs some new friends. Wonder Girl is really mean to him too. Although we do get confirmation they're in Hawaii, which makes sense since Superboy's run in the 90s was placed in Hawaii. Well, Impulse finds himself in the Flash Museum, being told Barry was dead after name-dropping him to Wally. From all of this, we can piece together that they're in the 90s. They end up regrouping at the Batcave, where Tim reveals he found news of reports of Superman dying fighting Doomsday, which practically confirms they're in the 90s. Alert comes in, calling them in on a fight. Back in the real world, Wonder Girl is on the footsteps to the Hall of Justice with Cissie, telling her how they need to find Wally, but Cissie tells her she's retired and done fighting and just walks away. Tim, Bart, and Connor go to the emergency room. They go to the emergency to find out they're going up against a woman with cat ears and starts to fight with the furry. Wonder Girl in the prison goes to find Wally, only to find him to brush it off, as right now Central City is going to hell, which we saw in the first or two Dark Crisis. Although he doesn't actually know the whole gist of the situation, he just assumes that Bart is grieving. Days pass, and Wonder Girl just becomes depressed, thinking how her last words to them were that she wished they died. Yay, she's self-aware. There's also a panel of her going to see John, who, unlike Wally, actually knows it's life or death and outright tells her the only reason why he's sad they're gone is because he's forming a new Justice League. Wow, just wow, John. How nice of you. The fight in the past is broken up by the 90s. Wonder Girl shows up as present Wonder Girl claims she will rescue her friends. I'll be forward. So far, I think this crossover certainly has good moments and characters, but it also has a lot of problems. Despite it being called Young Justice, it was really just Wonder Girl's comic. And seeing the title for the next issue, it's going to continue to be Wonder Girl's comic. I don't dislike Wonder Girl, even though she was a jerk at the start of the comic for literally no reason at all. I am glad by the end of the issue she does admit to it. I like her more as a lead than John over in the main Dark Crisis comic, and even here he comes across as a downer. Impulse and Superboy and Robin aren't given much to do. I enjoyed a lot of the quips, but story-wise, they didn't do much. Arrowette, on the other hand, I enjoyed what she had to say about being retired from the superhero world, which is the reason why I've always liked her character, because she's one of the very few superheroes who have actually stayed retired after retiring. And that was all the way back in the 90s.